I'm Gianni the Greek, here to talk college football power ratings for 2026. I'm coming off a 2025 season where I finished #1 in profit in college football, and I credit all of that success to the power ratings that I was using. We were able to take advantage of those college football rankings that are basically based on a team's record. If you're undefeated after 5 weeks, you're definitely ranked, even if your rating doesn't deserve it. Now, with that said, let's start off with the #1 team in the country, and that's Ohio State. Why? They got the #1 defense. Now, they do have a difficult strength of schedule, but I do think they will win 10 games. Now, the #2 team, last year's #1, that's Indiana. As balanced as they come. #1 offense, #2 or 3 defense, easier strength of schedule than Ohio State. That's why I actually have them projected to win a half a game more than Ohio State, but I do think Ohio State would be favored over them on a neutral field at about a point and a half. I'll give you the numbers when we get to the end. Now, the third best team is Notre Dame Fighting Irish, another very balanced team. Top 3 efficiency in offense, top 3 efficiency in defense, but more importantly, barely a top 60 strength of schedule. Look for Notre Dame to run the table. We have them possibly losing 1 game at the most. Now, the #4 team in the country, great offense, that's Oregon. Manageable strength of schedule, a lot more difficult than Notre Dame's, but not as tough as Ohio State. Now, the 5th best team, SEC, that's Georgia. Balance, balance, balance. Top 5 defense, top 5 offense. Georgia's always going to be there. Now, #6, another SEC team, Mississippi. They got to pick it up on the defensive side of the ball, but another team that's loaded offensively, top 5. Now, they have a difficult strength of schedule, so we'll see how their season plays out. Follow up Mississippi by Miami. Now, I was hard on Miami last year, and I may be even a little harder on them than other ratings suggest, but I don't have them in the top 10 offensively. I do have them top 10 defensively, and they have a real easy schedule. That's why they are going to win a lot of games. In fact, I have them projected to win 10-point-something games, more than Georgia, more than Mississippi, who are above them in rankings, but that just goes to show you strength of schedule is everything, especially in college football. Now, after Miami, we're going to look at Texas, balance, top 15 offense, top 15 defense, but very difficult strength of schedule. In fact, the most difficult strength of schedule in all of college football. We have them projected to win about 8 games, losing 4. So here's a team that's only going to, win about 8 games. So there'll be teams that are undefeated, and the rankings will have them well above Texas. But power and strength-wise, they should be a dog to Texas, and that's how you make your money in college football. Now, #9 is Alabama, always in the mix. Balance, balance, balance from Alabama. And last but not least, Texas Tech, #10. Now, Texas Tech loaded offensively, needs some help on the defensive side of the ball. But here's what's most important. They have an easier strength of schedule even than Notre Dame. So I actually project Texas Tech to win what? 10 and a half games? So they're going to win more games than Texas, more games than Mississippi, Miami, Georgia, all those teams that are above them. Because once again, strength of schedule is everything. Now, unlike the NFL, the difference in rating is a lot greater. There's not that parity in college football. So the difference between Ohio State #1 and Texas Tech #10 is 11 points. Well over a touchdown, almost 2 scores. So the difference between Ohio State and Texas Tech, I would make Ohio State an 11-point favorite on a neutral field. They'd be about a 1.5-point favorite over Indiana. About a 3.5-point favorite over Notre Dame, and you can work the rest of the math out. NFL and college football is upon us, and I'm coming off of 2025 where I finished #1 in profit, NFL and college football combined, and I'm looking forward to a 2026 season where we exceed last year's profit. Now, we got a special running where you could jump on board right now for these next 7 days for only $49. Simply use ACE7 as your promo code. We got a lot ahead. We got UFC, World Cup action, MLB second half is back, and football futures are starting to be released. A lot going on. Use A7 and join me for the next 7 days. The NFL season is upon us, and I'm coming off a very profitable NFL and college football season. In fact, finished number 1 in profit at WagerTalk on NFL and college football combined. I credit most of that success straight to the power ratings that I work with. Bottom line, numbers do not lie. And I'm going to share my top 10 teams in the NFL and their rating heading into this season. Keep in mind, this is if the season was starting tomorrow and they were at full strength and healthy. Preseason's ahead, and some things can change. Start off with the number 1 power rated team that would be favored over everyone else on a neutral field. That's the Seattle Seahawks. Why? They got the number 1 defense and a very manageable schedule. Followed by the number 2 team, the LA Rams. They're the opposite end of the spectrum. You're looking at the number 1 offense there. If they could pick it up on defense, they will give Seattle a run for their money. The number 3 power-rated team are the Detroit Lions. They need to pick it up on defense, barely top 20, but they are top 5 in offense and have a relatively easy strength of schedule. The first AFC team is 4th in my power ratings, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Offense, top 3 in efficiency. Do have to pick it up on the defensive side. Do have an easy, manageable strength of schedule. The 5th best team in the NFL are the Philadelphia Eagles. Got to pick up that offense, but we're looking at a top 3 defense. Another easy, manageable schedule for them. Now, 2nd best AFC team, 6th best NFL team, that's the Baltimore Ravens. Good balance there. They do have to pick it up on the defensive side of the ball. They have an easy strength of schedule. Next on the list, Houston, the Houston Texans. Decent balance there. Top 15 offense, top 10 defense. Very easy strength of schedule. In fact, I think they have the easiest strength of schedule in all of the NFL. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers. Top 5 offense. Need some help on defense if they're going to make a run for a title, and they have a very difficult strength of schedule as well. The ninth best team in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. A lot of balance here. Top 10 offense, barely. Top 10 defense, barely. Right there. Balance. Difficult strength of schedule. We'll see how Green Bay does. And finally, the 10th team on my power ratings, that's the Denver Broncos. Top 3 defense. They could pick it up on the offensive side. There's not that much in the AFC. Most of the strength seems to be in the NFC. Now, real quickly, the bottom 5 teams are New York Jets, Tennessee, Las Vegas, Carolina, and Cleveland. Those are the 5 worst, the bottom of my power ratings. Now, strength of schedule, real quickly. The easiest strength of schedule seems to be teams like Denver, teams like New Orleans, teams like New York Jets. The tougher strength of schedules are Dallas Cowboys, the Carolina, Miamis. Those will have a tougher strength of schedule. Now, finally, I gave you the rankings. Now, what are the ratings? The difference between the best team, Seattle, and the 10th team, Denver, is about 4.5 points. So the difference between number 1 and number 10 is about 4.5 points. That's what tells you in the NFL, you don't have those blowouts that you have in college football. You don't have that variance that you do in college football because there's a lot more parity from number 1 even down to number 30 plus. So best of luck this NFL season. We'll be updating those power ratings each and every week and do some damage.